What's up, troopers? Welcome back to the channel. This will be the next build I'm going to get into. I'm calling it a palette cleanser. The last sequence of builds that I got done were kind of wore me down a little bit. So this one we're going to do a little bit differently. I'm not going to be doing time lapse. I'll probably just do pieces here and there, like sub assembly. Here's what I've got done, and then finish kit with some slideshow pictures in between. This was a two for 20 deal from one of the Facebook auctions. Shout out to Larry over at Scale Rods and Mods. Trademark copyright for this killer deal. 2 for 20. I got this one and a AMT 97 Corvette. So we're gonna get into this guy and see what it's got, and then start putting it together. We've already kind of went into it and looked, and I've decided I am gonna go just stock what's in the box. Probably not gonna do a whole lot of fabs to it or anything. I might not even go two-tone. Really tiny little instruction sheet. Huh. But, wow, that's interesting. It's the same layout, but just really small. Huh, okay, whatever. Whatever. Decals, may or may not even use those. Probably just paint it single color. And I've already kind of gotten into this kit and looked at it. I had thought about maybe doing something ridiculous with it, or maybe doing something else ridiculous with it, which is all neat, but it's going to take a little bit of work, and I kind of need a break from that and just want to throw something together. So, not a huge Corvette fan. I figured this would be the perfect candidate. Just kind of slap together, slap some paint on it, and call it done. But it looks good. It's got some good details. The fender flags, nice raised. The venting. I may or may not mascot and paint it a different color. I probably will. I might even try my hand at some bare metal foil on this one. We'll see how it goes. See how I feel. It's got a little fussbus on it. It's not the cleanest kit. This was old. When I opened it, it smelled like smoke. It was gross, like cigarette smoke. Ew. Nothing worse than a reformed smoker. Yeah, I used to smoke for a lot of years, but now, man, it just turns me off. I try not to complain about it. I try not to, other people still do it. I get it. It's a really addictive thing. If you're smoking, I'm not trying to offend you. I apologize. But you shouldn't be doing it. Good looking kit. Not a whole lot of flash. Not too many mold lines. Looks alright. Looks like it'll build up pretty good. Pretty basic AMT. Pretty low parts count. Not a whole lot of detail. All the exhaust and rear axles all molded in there. It's a big reason why I didn't want to do a whole lot of anything different, because that makes it harder, Single piece interior tub with a little bit of details on there. Some carpeting textured on the floorboards. Optional roof, so you can run it as a convertible or not. And I also noticed in the clears where they rolling around unprotected. That's pretty cool. So that sort of sold me on which direction I'll go. I'll definitely be using, come on, cooperate, using that racing roadster style windshield. Just enough room to cover your face from the bugs when you're going 100 miles an hour. Uh-oh. We seem to be missing one light. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Trouble. It's incomplete. I want my money back. I'm sure I can find something in my parts bags. But doesn't seem to be in the box anywhere, so whatever. Not too worried about it. One little lens. I can fix that. I can fix it. Nothing there. Oh. There's for the driver, safety only. That co-driver. Yeah, whatever. You're screwed. Wheel backs. radiator and shroud all in one part. Again, kind of a limited kit. Does it have a motor? Yes, it does. And your powerhouse, small block Chevy. What year is this? 62. So good. Somewhat details on the dashboard. Were there? No, there were no. So I'll have to paint that, toothpick paint the numbers on the dashboard and the center console. That's fine. Firewall with a couple wire lines, not super prominent. There's that hood, which I believe on this car flips that way, I think. See how that one fits. So a couple roll pans. Yeah, that's where a couple of those lights are not going to go. They're supposed to. There's the rest of the motor stuff. It's got a nice big thick distributor, so it'll be easy to wire. Interesting. All that horsepower, and oh, there we go. Okay, I was looking at the stock exhaust, but nope, we've got headers. We've got headers. Yay, room chicka. Some other miscellaneous parts. I'm not sure what those are. Hopefully that tiny instruction sheet will make them clear. Looks like maybe roll cage. Does this thing have a roll bar? Roll cage? Does the box show it? No. Boxes indicate that it does. Hoses. Huh. Wow. Paint that up to look like the dryer hose. Steering wheel. Give that a nice wood grain effect and some aluminum steel look in these centers. Metal axles and taillight lenses and tires. Now let's do the chrome stuff first. Let's look at this. Just because. And like I said, I'm not going to be doing a time lapse of this build. I'll take pictures throughout and then throw up a slideshow, but I kind of want to just blast through it. A palette cleanser, get you back into the groove. Ew, that's gross. Ew. Ew, God, it reeks. Stinky. It's stinky. Two different grill options. Either one of those will look really good black washed. It'll look nice. Some slot mags and then your stock wheels. I think the only thing that I might do for those, pardon my reach, yeah, somewhere I've got some rally wheels, some OEM rally wheels. That might be the one thing that I do. I'm not sure I like those slots. The chrome looks kind of icky. I will probably, I'm gonna easy off that and strip it down and repaint it so it looks a little better. And the wheels, interesting. I've never seen these before. Here's your five stalkers, 6, 7. Okay, whatever. Put those with the collection. You can see I've got a little collection of tires going. 2, 4, 6, 7. I don't know how I wound up with so many mixed match tires. That's exactly what I need. Here, deal with it, Kevin. Down at Crazy Kevin's Rubber Shop. Again, getting distracted. Squirrel. Never seen these before. 2-part wheels. But it's a good looking tire, you know. I mean, once you sand that down, I'm thinking, I don't know. I've never experienced them before, so we'll look. I may use them. I may go shopping from my store. Oh boy, look. Oh boy, 3 of those. Oh, what's that? Oh, well, there's a lens cover, so we could hide it. Okay, that why? One of these things is not like the other. So, um, I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to do with that. It was an open kit, so maybe somebody stole one half of one set. I don't know. This makes no sense to me at all. So whatever. We've got two rears that I don't know what we could find in there, and two fronts. Those would be easy to find if we needed to. But I think I'm gonna try them. What the heck? I'm gonna glue them together and try to sand them down so see what they look like, and we'll give it a try. Learning experience. So this will be the next palette cleanser build. Again, shout out to Scale Rods and Mods, copyright trademark. Where I got this bitchin' little bike, little BMX bike. Those are going on another build that I've got coming pretty soon. They come in sets. You can buy them individually, or slide this garbage out of the way. You get a set. Get out of here. With spokes or mags, a roof rack, and all the roof rack components. So I don't remember the prices, but I'll put a link in the description of the Facebook group that I got them from. So there's little arms that mount to the thing, and where the wheels go, and those will go on the roof of a car. Put the bikes on those. Pretty cool. Pretty stoked about this little kit. My first adventure into resins. And man, are they... the nippers are going to get a workout with these. I took one set off already, and I got halfway through another one. Boy, talk about some precise, just rinse, repeat several times to go throughout without damaging the whole thing. So, whatever. Yet I digress. Alright, let's start doing some sanding and cleaning and filing and some sub-assembly and get this thing together. So we got everything out of the box and ready to start taking apart and prepping for assembly and paint. Same with the bikes. I'm going to start cutting the supports off and off the wheels and off the racks. So I started with the main kit itself, got everything off the trees and ready to start sanding, and took the chrome parts and put them in the easy off. I'm just so impressed with how quick this stuff works, like instantaneously. And if you're going to rinse in the sink, put a drain in the screen in the drain. Ask me how I know. So I started with the body, and it had some pretty bad mold lines that just weren't going to fly. I mean, I had to have that Corvette fiberglass body look smooth as glass. So I sanded them down and did a finish sand on everything and floated them out so they look nice. Same with before and after the doors. It had some pretty bad mold lines, so I got those smoothed out and kind of took the edge off of that fender line that goes into the door, made it a little smoother. And then I started working on the headers. They were just full of flash, so I cut all that out and trimmed them and sanded them down, made them look a little bit nicer, and then drilled the holes in the heads for the spark plugs. You gotta have spark plug wires. And then I did a mock-up, and I know I said I wasn't gonna do any stuffing or tubbing or anything, but I just can't leave well enough alone. The mock-up looks so nice. So you know, just whatever, screw tubbing it, just gonna stuff them in there. It's gonna look cool on the shelf. I think it's gonna look really cool. So we'll go ahead and do that. And got the bikes in the rack all prepped and ready for primer. The wheels, like I was saying earlier, same with the body, the frames themselves. Cut as closely to the support nips as you can. It'll just save you some work later on down the road. They were a little bit not finicky, but it was finite work. So just, you know, if you're gonna play with some resin stuff, it was the first time I've done it, but I think they look great. They came out nice and smooth. They're ready for primer and ready to go. So I started working on the exhaust. The the headers won't line up to the stock exhaust that's molded to the frame, which is kind of a drag. And I wanted to use those cool side dumps. So okay, I got those kind of lined up where it's going to go, and I had to put some tacky on the headers and stuff to do mock-ups. And then I realized that where they exit, it's too close to where the tire is. So I had to take them off, cut them, and reshape them so that they exit and will miss the tire. Before, they just went right into where the tire is. So, a little bit of fab, a little bit of mod. It's going to look great. So I got everything set and filed and sanded and on the sticks ready for paint, so that the next morning I could wake up and have coffee and fumes for breakfast.
The next morning.
Yay! So got a coat of primer on everything, letting it gas off and dry, and we're ready for the next step after that. Alright, we've got some primer on everything. I'm letting it dry. I'm going to start putting some color on stuff, starting with the engine and the interior. I'll go with that typical Chevy orange, and then this nice tan for the interior. The body itself, I'm going to use this cool turquoise color shift. I did it on the Monte Carlo, and it kind of gave it almost a pearl look. It was pretty cool. And then for these guys, there's two of them. One of them will definitely be going in this red. It's a really good looking red. And then the other one, I have not decided yet. One of these three loud colors, and then I'll shoot all of that with some clear when I'm done. And then of course some other various silvers and metal for some of the other parts, like the fan and whatever little mini parts. The hood, I had a strange reaction. I'm not sure what happened, but I feathered it back, and I think I'm probably just going to go black with that, since the whole car is going to be white and black anyway. So with a black hood and this pearl, or the pearl body, and then this color shift black on the hood, I think it'll probably look pretty bitchin'. So I'm going to let some of this stuff dry and gas off, and then start sanding it, prepping for the finished colors. Alright, got all the colors on, put some clear on some stuff, and been letting it dry and gas off. Just about ready now to start putting it together. Figured I'd run the time lapse for this part, just because it's easier for me than taking pictures and stopping and starting. But whatever, we'll see how it works out. I may or may not use them. But just real quick, I wanted to go over the materials that I used to get this look. But first of all, I started obviously with some flat black primer. And then I like this stuff for metal things. Like it gives it kind of a chrome, not chrome, I should say. Kind of a mottled steel look. This isn't for this build, but you get the idea. It's supposed to be like a aluminum roof rack for, again, not for this build, but these bad boys, I'm pretty excited about them. Tried some new paint, not the Tamiya, we've used that before in a couple different builds. It's just absolutely amazing. But the hobby shop has a whole bunch of this stuff. I figured I'd try it. they're kind of branching out into, they've got tons of RC cars, and people like to modify and build those just like we do with our models. So I gave this stuff a shot, and it was pretty neat. I liked it. It worked well. It was a little thin, but you know, whatever. We'll see. We'll keep playing with it, see how it goes. For these, it's super cool. I'm pretty stoked about them. And the wheels, first I painted them with some silver or flat aluminum, and then I top coated that with some the orange and red clear, the stuff that we use for like taillights and turn signals. It gives it that anodized look, so that's pretty cool. And then shot a coat of clear on all the trim parts, going with a white with blacked out look on this car. And the interior, I used this stuff for it comes out really good. It looks like leather, really does. Looks so nice. So that's discontinued paint, but I'm sure you could find that type or that color, earth brown enamel. You know, so sorry about my reach. Looks great. I'll put some flocking in there on the carpet and give it a little more texture on the floor. Got some Chevy orange going there for the small block 327. Got some white white primer with a coat of clear on it. And that brings me to the body, the pearl. This pearl effect that just looks outstanding. I'm so happy with that. See that sheen it's got to it? Like a subtle, like you'd see on the Cadillacs or the Escalades. Just a really pretty pearlescent look. Super easy. I mean, ridiculously easy. I kind of stumbled over this as a mistake doing some testing, but it's flat white primer. I prefer the 2X. I'm sure any brand would work, but I like the 2X stuff. Gotten used to how it works. Coated that. Couple thin coats. Definitely want to do thin coats of this stuff because it's quite a lot of paint that you're putting on. So a couple coats of the white, and then top that with the Tester's Color Shift, a emerald turquoise flavor. They've got a bunch of different ones. I haven't experimented with those yet, but I've did this before on the Monte Carlo. I'll put a picture up here of it. Came out great. So flat white primer, color shift, and then clear coated that. Does that just look awesome or what? I'm really happy with it. Really happy with it. And it was so easy. Ridiculously easy. So we're gonna turn the GoPros on and hit the time-lapse button and start playing with all these little parts and the colors and start putting it together. All right, first mock-up of what it's going to look like once you get it all glued together. I still have to put the clear part cement on the windshield, let that dry and set up a little bit before I can handle it. I'll turn the cameras on, the time lapse, and start getting into it. I'm sure you saw me messing with these things. They're not necessarily for this build. I was just too excited. I wanted to start putting them together. These were I got them from Larry over at Scale Rods and Mods Facebook group. Copyright trademark. I'll put a link in the description of that page, that group where I got stuff like this from. We're just about ready to start putting it all together. I'm sure you saw me messing around on my parts bag. I had to find an air cleaner. The one that it has two that come with it, and one of them went missing, went MIA. And as soon as I got everything all painted and put together and was kind of cleaning up, the other one popped up. But whatever, I think that one's going to look better anyway. So we'll go ahead and speed the GoPros up and start gluing everything together, and then we'll come back. It will be done.